So I woke up today with the first day since I came back from Canada having no plans and nothing to do. And there's been a lot of changes for me since I came back from Canada, and a lot of different things that are being put together. And in the moment of not being busy, I had time to think, to recalibrate the energy, and that brought up, where am I going now? How do I bring it best together? And I'm very aware that we are in the Mercury storm, which is a time for reevaluation, for going over things before we move forward, and also with the weather being the way that it is outside. I was left alone with my thoughts, and I had great peace with this, but a yearning to look deeper at what might be coming next, and also the best steps to take to achieve them, to achieve my soul's purpose, my soul's potential, leading into the next year. Next year, guidance-wise, what I have really clearly received is that it's 2020 for a reason. It adds up to 4, which is the Emperor, and about standing in our power, but also 2020 reminds me of clear vision. So that opportunity to know where you're going and really streamline it. And I thought, what better way to do this than to play a game? Now, when I say a game, I'm actually talking about the transformational truth of tarot, and it's called the Game Changer. And I'll show you the box. And some of you on my Facebook may have seen me talk about this, and it's the Fool's Journey. So it's based on the impression that we are all fools when we are born into this world, and that the tarot can be used as a map for the soul to work through the archetypes, the energies of our life, and reach our full potential. The way that the game works is very similar to how I work with the tarot, not in a predictive sense, but in the knowing that we actually have all the answers within us, and that the tarot reflects them back for us to have a look. So when it comes to playing the game, the best way to do that is to have an intention, not a predictive question. The game doesn't really work very well with predictive questioning, and it doesn't work very well with right or wrong answers, because there is no judgment in the game. There is no good or bad, just like there isn't in the tarot. There are two sides. So I'm going to pull the camera down and I'm going to play the game, and I thought I would record it, possibly for my own purpose, possibly to share, possibly linked in with my intention for the game, but I'm going to trust the process and see what comes up. The game is based on the 4 agreements, and that is to be impeccable with our word and to speak our truth and be authentic. Also, never to assume something and to ask questions, not to take anything personally. Again, asking the questions, again, linking into not assuming, and also to do our gentle best in every moment, because we're growing. So that's going to be interesting while I'm recording, and I am going to be very mindful of doing my gentle best. So I'm going to put the camera down so that you can see the board game. Do it as my gentle best, as eloquently as I can. Okay. The game isn't about winning. To win, you need at least 1 card of every element in the tarot, in the minor arcana. So you need a sword card, a cup card, a wand card, and a pentacle. So we're talking our mind, our body, our spirit, and our emotions. And these cards are the karma cards. You get karma cards by landing on particular spots in the game, but also by becoming stuck. So the game really is better played the more you become stuck, because then you can really look at your karma, you can really look at aspects that may be in the way of you achieving your intention. Before you can win the game, you have to play it. And in order to do that, you have to be born. To be born, you set an intention. And again, it's going back to that intention being more specific and honest and open. The game doesn't respond very well to general questions, and it replies with general answers. So really honing in rather than it being predictive, for example, when will this happen, more taking control and empowering it, flipping it on the head of the game as if the game was asking you questions. So how can I achieve this? What are the best steps? Taking that control back of your own life and the answers that are within you. In order to be born, the universe needs to agree with your intention, which means you need to throw a double or a triple. If this doesn't happen, then you continually look at your question and hone in and refine it for your highest good. It will be very interesting to see whether I'm born and how quickly that happens, being a soul midwife. But they do say that midwives make the worst patients, so we will see. So just clearing my energy, I'm going to set the intention that came to me this morning. And that is, how do I incorporate all aspects of my soul? What are the best steps for me to now take to move towards my soul's potential? And I haven't actually thrown a double there. So it would be about honing in on that. If there were other players, it would then be their go. However, there isn't, so it's mine. So the spotlight is on me. It feels relevant being seen, recording the video, but also the spotlight being on me. So in regards to my question, how do I step in to the light that I am? How do I best step in to the light that I am? Yes, and I have a double there. The soul is a funny thing. It will advance as we go along. So to step into the complete potential of the soul at this point in my life would possibly be impossible because it's a growing process. So to step into the light that I have rolled a double, which is 2 3s, which adds up to 6. So I move from the Fool, the beginning of the journey, to the archetype of the Lovers. Now the Lovers is all about decisions. And in the game guide, which comes with the game, the Lovers suggest, what do I need to make a decision on? And what do I need help with to make this? In regards to my intention, stepping into the light that I am, it feels like the decision is to be seen more, to share more about what I do, including this video. So I have 9. Once born, I can either move forward with a double or a triple or anything more than the card that I'm on. And the Lovers is 6, so I can move forward because I have 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which takes me on to the Devil. As I mentioned in the tarot, the cards have 2 sides to them. There is no good or bad. So when we first see the Devil, there can be the assumption of something quite scary. But on the other hand, the Devil is known as the light bringer, the energy, the archetype that brings light to whatever it is that is holding us back. So with the Devil, it's a meditation. So I'm going to place my feet on the floor, on a camera, which is my fears, and just imagine my fears coming as close as possible to me. And I see them as the camera that is in front of me and all the people behind watching it potentially. and what stepping into the spotlight of who I am can mean for me. And I embrace the anxiety that I feel, knowing that it is energy. And I breathe in the uncertainty of whether I can do this, and the judgments of whether anyone will watch. And I just release them into the ground, letting them go, and feeling myself lighten up. So taking the dice, I now roll to see if I've released enough of that to move forward. And the universe has given me a double, so I have. So I have 2 ones, which is 2. So I can either move forward 2 spaces to the star, which is a lovely card and a lovely energy to land on, visualizing what I might want. But the aim of the game is to work through my karma and collect karma cards. And one of the ways of doing that is to land on the High Priestess, which is number 2. So I'm going to do that. When we land on the High Priestess, there's a process called tarot feeling. So that basically means taking a card, holding it between your hands, not looking at the card, and just breathing your energy. Breathing into the energy of the card, letting the energy expand. Seeing any colours or visualizations. Merging with the energy. Sending our thoughts up to the universe, up to our higher self, and asking for a message. And then giving gratitude. So what I originally felt with the card was spinning orbs around me, and it felt like change, great change. And at first I felt anxious about that, and then expanding my energy, I felt great peace. I could see a tree that was grounded and rooted but flexible, that stood tall and proud. And the message that I got almost came from the High Priestess herself. It felt like that. And it was to be who I came here to be. And the card is the King of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see that. So he's there and he is standing in the wealth of who he is, ready to share that. So the game takes you on further into the journey, into the minor arcana, and has suggestions. And the King of Pentacles suggests, congratulations on being dependable. Move to the Hierophant and complete the instructions. So on the Hierophant, the guide suggests, what message do you need to stand firm in? So in regards to my intention, I need to stand firm in who I am. To be strong and grounded, flexible to the opinions of others, but to stand tall and proud in my own connection and who I am. So I haven't got a double there, but I have got 9, which is obviously higher than 5, which is the Hierophant, which means I can move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 onto Temperance. So Temperance asks, what one thing can I do to help myself move around any obstacles gracefully? For me, when it comes to being seen or doing the things that I love, I mentally overthink it and put many obstacles in the way. rather than acting on impulse. And I generally act better on impulse. Act first, think later. Because I have a lot of Mercury in my birth chart and I tend to overthink things. So, in order to get past those obstacles gracefully, anything that sings to my heart, I'm just going to do without thinking. So I haven't got a double and I haven't actually got enough to move forward. So I am now officially stuck on the board game, which means digging deeper on camera into my karma and taking a card. And the card that I have is the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles asks, how or where can I be more mature? So going back to my last realization, acting spontaneously in order to actually get something done, when I think about the 4 agreements, probably isn't doing my gentle best, because it puts myself under that spotlight that is unplanned, and winging it, and that can actually cause more anxiety. So to act maturely, to push through the barriers that I have in regards to being seen, yes, do it from my heart, but also do it in a grounded way when the time is right. Getting that balance before I overthink it. 15. So I don't have a double, but I do have 15, which means I can move forward because temperance is 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which takes me onto the chariot and onto the pentagram pathway. So the chariot asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being achieved, how close am I to achieving my intention, and what one thing can I do to get closer? I'm pretty close. I would say I'm on a scale of, in this current moment, 7. The reason for that is because I'm filming this, I guess, to be seen, and a step that I can take closer is to actually share it on Facebook and also on YouTube. Yeah, the universe agrees with me because I have a double 4, which is 8. So I can either go to strength, which is number 8, or forward 8 spaces, which would take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 onto the devil. Well, I've been on the devil and actually moved forward quite easily. So I'm going to go to strength. Now, strength asks, what one thing would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? And this is where the game really asks you to dig deep, to really open the possibility and the potential rather than from your mind, but deep in your heart. What one thing would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? I would definitely get more seen. Much as it makes me feel uncomfortable, when I'm in the moment, I enjoy doing it and I enjoy the outcome of it. I enjoy being around people and sharing skills and knowledge. I enjoy sharing the connection that we all have to each other and to our soul's purpose. I would be seen a lot more. I would do a lot more videos, definitely, and just get myself out there as much as I could. So I haven't got a double, but I have got 12, which means I can move forward 12 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which takes me on to judgment. And I know that judgment asks, what one judgment can you release on yourself or others? And are you ready to release it? I often feel like I haven't got much to say, or that nobody wants to hear what I have to say, that it isn't relevant, and that I'm happier in my own little bubble. And that's a judgment. So I'm happy to release that. So I do have a double, but because we're on judgment, we add up the dice, which is 4, 9. So I can either go to the Hermit, which is number 9, forward 9 spaces, or backwards 9 spaces. So forwards would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the Chariot. Now I have been there, but it does take me onto the pentagram pathway, and the aim is to get on there to get cards. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Justice. Now Justice is also the pentagram pathway, and you get a card immediately. So I'm going to go to Justice because I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready for this to be done. Okay. So Justice. Take a karma card and face the truth of what this card means to me. So it's the 5 of Swords. I don't know if you can see that card. Now, when I look at this card, I see two options. Someone standing tall and proud in who they are, or someone curled up playing small. And the booklet for the 5 of Swords, I can find the page, asks, where are you turning your back? What are you turning your back on instead of facing it? I'm turning my back on being bigger than I am. I'm turning my back on my own light, my own intention of stepping into the light that I am, but I'm actually turning my back on it by playing small. And yes, I am ready to face that. So I have 12, which means I can move forward 12 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which takes me on to the Magician. The Magician suggests I have a magic wand and I can go anywhere on the board that I want to go, and I want this to be done. So for me, the aim would be, in the present moment, getting the karma cards, doing the work and birthing my potential. For that reason, I've just been to Justice. I've also been to the High Priestess, so I'm going to go to the Sun, the other place that you can get a karma card from. And I feel like not only do I want the game to be finished, but I want to step into the light that I am, which is the Sun card. And I am a Leo, so it's the Sun for me. So the Sun says, bring a karma card, pick a karma card and let it bring light to your clarity, clarity to your purpose. And it's the Ace of Swords. And for me, that is someone that is standing directly in who they are, owning their thoughts, and almost a new way of being. So the Ace of Swords suggests that the power of your thought and talk is being initiated. Take a moment to think about what you want, what you need to make a decision about, state it and go to the Magician. I can hear the song, I am who I am. That's what I need to state. I am who I am, and I'm good enough in every moment. So I then go on to the Magician, which says I can go anywhere on the board. And I'm feeling to go to the Wheel of Fortune because this clears the energy. It clears it and takes it up to another notch. Because I feel like I've learned or been shown those things reflected back to me. So I'm going to go to the Wheel of Fortune. Now the wheel suggests that my karma is being cleared in that current level, and to choose where I want to go and complete it on that go. But before that, I'm just going to really let that clearance just settle. And just clear the energy. So I feel like I want to take a moment to just give gratitude. And be ready to take the next step. So I'm unsure, I feel unsure what my next step is. I feel like there's some confusion there. So I don't feel it's relevant to go to places like the star and visualize what I want, because there isn't that clarity there. For me, the choices are the high priestess or the moon, and I'm really feeling to go to the moon, to go to the moon. So the moon asks, what or who is causing confusion in your life? Bring that to light and then move to the sun. I'm causing confusion in my own life. I feel sometimes that I need to go down one path, and then another time that I need to go down another path, and that I have to choose. And it's the choice that's causing the confusion, when actually it feels like amalgamating, bringing everything together, that there doesn't have to be a choice, that they are all branches of the one tree. So with that in mind, I move to the sun and get to pick a card. And the card is the Page of Wands. So again, that moving forward with the light, knowing who I am and moving forward with that. And I only actually need one more suit, which is a cup. So the Page of Wands asks, where can I be more present? I'm very good at being present in what I call my human life, and give that quite a lot of priority as my grounding foundation. I'm very good at being present in my body, doing my own healing work and tuning in. I'm very present when I'm reading with somebody or healing with somebody, very present in each moment. I do tend to jump forward and wonder what is next, and I do tend to jump backwards as a result and compare where I've been and where I'm going. For me, it's being present more in the present, okay, and just enjoying that moment without searching for the answers, without pushing for the next step, and just trusting that it unravels anyway. Just like a normal labour or birth, that it will happen anyway, as long as I show up. Being present in showing up, that's what I hear, that's what I feel, whether it's on camera, whether it's the guidance I've been given to share, just showing up and being present in that. So I have 9. Oh, I didn't actually have to spin on that because I'm on the sun. So I would move straight on to judgment. So the judgment for me definitely was spinning the dice is that right? Is that enough? Is that okay to be present in each moment? Should I be doing more? Should I be doing less? I release the judgment on myself of comparison to what everybody else is doing or what I believe is expected of me, and just trusting that I know what's right for me in the moment, showing up for myself. So I have 8 and I'm on judgment, which means I can either move to the strength card forward 8 or backwards 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the lovers, which is about decisions. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the hanged man or to the strength card. I feel uncertain, so I'm going to move to the lovers because it feels like a decision needs to be made there. So what do I need to make a decision on, and what do I need help? What help can I get to make that decision? Well, I needed to make a decision on where I was in the game, where I wanted to go next, and that feels relevant. I need to make a decision on what it is I'm actually trying to achieve, where it is I'm actually going. Help-wise, tuning into each moment is going to really help me, because a lot of the times I will run ahead to a far bigger vision, and it's about bringing it back to each step, to each stage. So I need to make a decision on what I want, where I'm going with who I am in each moment. I'm not sure. We'll see. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I didn't feel like that was clear enough. I didn't feel like there was enough clarity in that answer. It felt quite general, and I got a general response back. I got back 6, which means I can't actually move forward, so I'm stuck. So I pick a card. And the card is the 7 of Pentacles. And I see growth there. I do see almost as if the rake is kind of like one of those snuff things that you use on candles that you put the light out of. And it feels like I'm snubbing out my own light somehow. So let's look at what the question is for the 7 of Pentacles. What commitment do I need to make? It's all well and good to say that I will show up and be present. It feels deeper than that, like a really grounded commitment. Okay, the commitment that I will make is I will share this video as soon as I've done it, and also take this moment now to advertise some of my services, to suggest that this game guide, this game changer, this coach in a box is to be available soon, within the next few weeks. And if anybody is interested in having a deep look at their life through the reflection of tarot and empowering themselves to take steps forward to where they want to be, contacting me. I'm going to start a waiting list so that we can get you on board, either individually or in a group, either at my home or a place where you can organise it. So just contact me in this moment and we'll take the next step forward. So there's a commitment live on camera. Funny enough, the universe agrees. Okay, so I've got 4, which is the Emperor, or 1, 2, 3, 4, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to go to the Wheel of Fortune to clear that again because it's been taken up another notch, and I can then go anywhere on the board. So again, just clearing that energy. It's starting to lighten up a little bit. And I'm going to go, I'm feeling drawn to justice. I'm feeling drawn to a balance. I've put it out there. It feels like receiving it back, some kind of balance. So I'm going to go to justice because she can also give me a card, and I literally need a cup card now. So take a card and face the truth of what this means for you. Okay, so it isn't a cup card, it's another wand card, and it's the 10 of Wands. It does feel like carrying everything on my back, like I'm alone and almost frightened to take on too much. But it is a 10, so it is at the end of that. And that feels like it's my old truth. Being a midwife before, you can get really bogged under with workload, and I feel like that's partly what's held me back. worried about my limitations of how much I can do and how much I can offer before I burn out like I did last time. So the 10 of Wands, I can hear turn the page, turn the page. How can you achieve more by doing less? Videos seem really great actually because they're a chance for people to see me. We can talk and we can share words, which I do a lot every day, but it feels better to be face to face. I find that the healings are stronger face to face. I find the readings are stronger face to face, either on Skype or Zoom, or even better in person. So being seen is going to make it less work. Yeah, the universe agrees with that because I actually have 4, but I have 2 ones. So that takes me back to the High Priestess, or 1 to Death. Now, I'm not going to go on to Death, not because it's the Death card, because that basically means endings and new beginnings, but because I feel like I've done a lot of that anyway, and I am after a Cup card to finish the game. So I'm going to go to the High Priestess on the pentagram pathway and take a card. And the High Priestess is the Tarot Feelie. So again, it's taking that card in my hands. And feel free to join in. There could very well be a message for you with the card as well. Just taking some deep breaths. Expanding your energy. Tuning into the energy of the card and becoming one with it. Noticing any colours, any energy, any feelings, cold or hot. And then sending up your thoughts and asking for a message. So straight away, as soon as I picked up the card, I heard my phone go and it sounded like a clown horn. So my mind was in such a funny place. And that's the great thing with the way that this game works with the tarot. It's not about getting the card right, because remember, there is no right or wrong. It's about tuning into the message that's coming through with the card. After that, I couldn't take myself seriously. I couldn't take the card seriously, but in a good way. Everything was lighter. It just felt fun, and yeah, just enjoying myself and just having a laugh with all these changes. It almost being that's the only way to ease through these changes is to have fun. And the message that I got was joy is the game changer. Okay. Yeah, so the card is the Ace of Cups. I don't know if you can see that. So first and foremost, I have a card of every suit, which is fantastic. I now have a cup. But the Ace of Cups for me is that overflowing heart, that self-care, that self-nurture, but also that joy, that freedom, that lightness. So the Ace of Cups says the power of your heart is being initiated. Take a moment to listen to your feelings and go to the magician. I feel light in my heart and I feel clear, and not necessarily, oh, I can do whatever comes my way, but just, nah. Or as I would do when things get too heavy, you know? And that feels in itself very strong, very strong. So I feel like saying this is Kirsty Dignan signing off. Yeah, this is my purpose. This is my light, that lightness, that joy, that awareness of knowing that it is big changes that are occurring, and acknowledging them and honouring them, but also changing them by lightening them up, by finding the joy. So I'm going to move to the magician, and I know that the magician says that you can go anywhere on the game, and I need to go to the world to finish. So I'm going to go to the world, finished the game, and the world says, congratulations, you have won. But we know it's not about winning the game, it's about the journey and what we find out about ourselves along the way. Declare what you want in your world as done, and take a karma card as my guiding archetype. What do I want in my world? I want light and ease and grace, and to step into the joy of living. Being a soul midwife, being a midwife, I know that life is precious. I know that we don't all make it, and I know that some of our lives are a lot shorter than we would have planned or hoped for on a human level. And I know it's important to make the most of living life. I see many people going through deep, heavy changes, deep births, and I respect them for the ritual and ceremony they are. I do feel individually and collectively that it can be out of balance, and that life is here to live and enjoy. That's what I declare done in my life. A life full of joy and fun and ease and grace. And the guiding archetype I have for that is the Page of Swords. So what I will do is take a picture of that as my screensaver, because we're all on our phone far too long. And at least then every time I look at it, I can feel, is this joyful for me? Am I enjoying sitting on my phone? Is there something else that I would rather be doing? A different way of sharing perhaps? Or if I'm on the phone, then why not connect to people? The best part of the game is to take action with what you found in the game. And as mine was stepping into my light, finding what my light means to me, and then sharing that, I will take the promised action and I will share this video. I will also, like I say, if you're interested, put out there a message that you can contact me, put yourself on the waiting list to play. I say play this game, and yes, it is about keeping it light, but if you want to change the game that you're currently playing, let me know, contact me, and we can arrange something. Have a wonderful day. If it sings to your heart, go for it. And yeah, step into the light that you are. May you all do that with ease and grace. Take care. Bye.